Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and today we're doing a little review and a little demo of the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint. This is brand new from Wet n Wild, and I was very excited to find this because I didn't even know it was coming out. I just arrived one day at the store and I thought, holy crap, I have to get that. So I'm a big fan of the Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. I don't have it currently because it went bad, but I really like that stuff a lot. It says it's a tinted hydrator, but it's really like a full-on medium coverage foundation, but it feels beautiful on the skin. So I was curious on how this was gonna compare to that, the texture, the coverage, the wear time, all that kind of stuff. This one is in a glass bottle and it comes with a dropper. The dropper works most of the time, but for some reason when I go to use it, the dropper will not work. So I tend to just wipe the dropper on my face, but you can use it however you want. If you're using this on multiple people, please don't do that. So this does contain 5% niacinamide. It also has hyaluronic acid and peony extract. I have the shade Fair Beige, and right underneath it also says Light Warm. So I'm guessing those are just, I don't know, the tone and the undertone. And it says on the back, this hybrid 5% niacinamide skin tint combines skin-loving benefits with makeup, delivers a natural, healthy-looking finish with a radiant glow. It's lightweight, buildable coverage, separation may occur, shake well. Mine hasn't Mine hasn't separated at all since I've had it. I haven't noticed that at all, but you know, with anything, you let it sit still long enough, it's gonna separate. But with this, I haven't noticed that at all. Until I read that, I didn't even know that that was something that would happen. So I've been trying this out for probably a month, the better part of a month now. And I gotta tell ya, I can't find anything wrong with it. I can't find anything wrong with this. I really like it a lot. I feel like the shade range is pretty decent for a drugstore foundation. The coverage on this is on the lighter side, of course, but it's not light enough to get a shade that doesn't work for you. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes with skin tints, you can kind of get a shade that's a little off and it still looks fine because it's so light coverage. This one does have some coverage, as you will see. So I don't have any primer on right now. I did spray, I guess technically, I did spray on some of the NYX First Base Primer Water because I did my skincare, holy moly, probably like 4 hours ago, and everything is sunken in, and I just felt I needed a little bit of a moisture boost on my skin. This is very lightweight. Watch, let me squirt out a little bit so you can see. So it is on the thinner side, but it's not super watery. Like, it's not gonna run right through your fingers or anything like that. It's very thin, and when you put it on, it's almost gonna feel like oily, like you're putting on, it's gonna feel like you're putting on skincare. It's really thin, and the texture is really nice. This doesn't seem to have a scent. It doesn't smell like their foundation or anything. It doesn't smell like perfume. It just kind of smells like maybe the ingredients smell like that, but it doesn't have that weird unscented scent either. It's just kind of a neutral makeup smell. I don't think anyone would really find it to be offensive. It is on the glowy side, and although this will kind of sink into your skin, you are gonna retain that kind of skincare kind of look to your skin a little bit. A little more on the glowy side, so if you don't love that, maybe throw some powder on top. So let's put some on. I'm just gonna put it on how I've been doing it. Just gonna blob it all over my face. And what I like to do is kind of just blend it around with my hands at first, just to kind of get it all around. I feel like if I took the time, I could probably blend this completely into my skin with just my fingertips. I always put way too much on the forehead. I don't know why that is. And it does feel oily at first when you're first putting it on, but it feels just nourishing. It feels really good. All right, let's go in with the damp sponge. Blend it around. It's got a nice, really lightweight feel on the skin, but it has a lovely coverage to it. It's a lot thinner than the tinted hydrator is. That one I feel has a really, I was gonna say thick, but not thick. It's just like a real lotion kind of feel, like you're putting on a moisturizer, like kind of on the thicker moisturizer side. So there is one layer all blended in. I think it looks so pretty. This makes my skin look evened out, redness toned down, stuff covered up but not completely disappeared. You could definitely still see your skin through it, but it looks perfected and really, really pretty. I'm a huge fan of this. It's all I want to wear, although I'm trying out other things because I want to review some other things this month. This has been the one that I want to reach for every single day. I don't have on any concealer or under eye concealer yet. This is just, you know, the one layer of the skin tint. I love this. I love this, and I can't find anything wrong with it. The wear time is beautiful. This wears all day long, at least all through a work day. I don't find my chin all broken down around my nose. If I go out of my way to wipe my mouth because I'm eating or something, or wiping my nose, any makeup's gonna remove from there, but just throughout the day, like going out my day, maybe sweating or anything, or talking, moving my face, it doesn't start breaking down weird or anything like that. So that's one layer on. Let's do another one just to see what we can get out of this. I actually haven't built this up before because I just really, really like the way the one layer looks. I feel like this shirt keeps going up like this and it's choking me. So let's just put on another layer, see what we can do. I feel like it's definitely meant to be a lighter coverage thing. It's not meant to be a full coverage skin tint, so I would say maybe don't go crazy trying to build it up, but let's see what we can do here. I mean, this feels, and the way it's performed for me, it feels like something high-end. This does not feel like a Wet n Wild product, but I also feel the same way about the tinted hydrator. I think that stuff is really good. I always forget about it, and then when I pull it out, I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing. There we go, another layer. I think this looks so good. Like, look how good my skin looks. I would feel totally comfortable going out just like this. Maybe some under eye concealer and some eyebrows and some mascara, like a little more makeup in this area here, and I would be good to go. Like, I don't feel like this took away all the dimension from my skin. It didn't make me look completely flat the way sometimes a full face of foundation can look, and then you gotta put all the other stuff to bring that life back to your face. I don't feel like this did that at all. It still looks like my skin. I still have some dimension. It just looks good. And like up close, it hasn't gathered around in weird spots. It blended perfectly. I absolutely love this. There was one thing that I was gonna be concerned with, and I did, I think, mention it in my initial, what was it, like a try-on video I did? First impressions, I couldn't think of the word. Because it's one of these kind of bottles, it doesn't really have a stopper in there to wipe off the dropper. That way when you go to put it in, it doesn't gather all around the sides, you know, the way that L'Oreal foundation is. I was worried about that, but as many times as I've opened this and put it on and put that dropper back on, it hasn't really made a giant mess yet. So that's all it's done. And I think because when I take it out, I wipe off the dropper on my face and go to put it back in, that might be why it's not making a mess, because I'm wiping this off on my face. But just a heads up, you know, it is gonna gather a little bit around there, so just kind of be mindful of that. But you do get 1.8 fluid ounces in here, which is more than your traditional foundation. Normally foundations across the board are 1 ounce, at least traditional liquid foundations. So you get a little bit more than 1 ounce. The price, I don't remember, but I wanna say this was like $9.99 or something. Okay, I'm going to put on a few other things and we will come back and wrap up this review. And I'll talk a little bit more about the ingredients in here and how they've affected my skin and all that kind of stuff. But BRB. Okay, so I put a few other things on my face, but let's wrap up this review. And I got makeup on my shirt and tried to wipe it off, and it's still a little wet. It's fine. Anyway, so as far as dry time goes, I would say just after a few minutes, it really, really sinks into the skin. Like right now, my face, it's not dry to the touch. I can feel that I put something on my skin a while ago, but it's not tacky at all. But if I press hard enough, like I don't want to pick up the makeup or anything, but I've never felt the need to set this with powder at all. Powder, blush, bronzer, highlight, whatever goes on really well on top of it, and it doesn't stick or anything. And then after, I want to say by the time I'm done with my makeup, it's dried into my skin. Like I don't feel it, I don't see it, it doesn't look wet. So I didn't put on any setting spray or anything, and you could still see a nice little glow on my skin. It doesn't look wet in person, but it's not completely matte either. It kind of just looks like, I don't know, like that glow you get from putting on skincare. Like it doesn't look shiny or wet or anything. I really enjoy this quite a bit. It plays well with other products as well. And then as far as the niacinamide and the hyaluronic acid, I mean, I use niacinamide every day. I use a 10% niacinamide. So I thought adding a 5% on my skin was gonna really... Well, I knew I should not have left the dog out and about while I was filming this video because he made a big mess. 3 plants knocked over, water all over the floor. I'll clean it up in a minute. Anyway, if there's soil all over my hands, I was trying to clean it up and then I thought, let me finish this first. Anyway, I use a 10% niacinamide serum every day, so I thought adding in a 5% on my skin was gonna be too much. But I don't know how much you're getting with each application. So if you're using like just the tiniest bit, like how much of this do you have to use to get the 5% niacinamide? Does that make any sense, or am I thinking like dumb? But I haven't felt anything like irritation or anything from using extra niacinamide in my makeup. But I would just say a word of caution, if you're already using niacinamide and hyaluronic acid in your skincare, do you need more of it in your makeup? I don't know. But from what I've read and what I've heard and what I've seen in people's videos is sometimes when you overdo it with the niacinamide and hyaluronic acid, your skin can start to get sensitized to it. I'm guessing you'll kind of have to use a lot of it, and it kind of happens when every product in your routine has that thing in it. So if you're using a niacinamide toner, a niacinamide in your serum, niacinamides in your skin, in your sunscreen, niacinamides in your makeup, over time, your skin might get sensitized to that because you're using so much every day. So just something to think about when you're using this. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it, but I also haven't been using it long term, like a whole year or anything, but just a word of warning, I guess. The clouds are messing with me today. But other than that, I have nothing bad to say about this. I think this is really good. My skin looks and feels good all day. And although it does kind of like dry into your skin, it doesn't get dry, but you know, it doesn't stay tacky to the touch on your face, but it still feels very comfortable. I'm a huge fan of this. I think this is so lovely. I'm sure Wet n Wild put a lot of love into this formula because it feels great on the skin. It wears all day and it looks awesome. But that is it. Let me know if you've tried this. I would love to know what you think of it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.